night and just search for sanctuary. Now, two music venues that were forced to close last year are joining forces for a new event with a gaming twist. Passing Clouds and the Silver Bullet have created Grand Theft Audio, which will feature underground artists and interactive elements, all with the aim of highlighting the threat to the capital's nightlife. Well, G. Sinner is from Respace Projects, which reuses empty buildings and is helping to host this, and joins me now. Now, G, this comes after quite a dark time for these two venues, but how did the collaboration come about?
Well, as you say, it's been a dark time for the last 10 years, really, when it comes to music venues in London. So both Passing Clouds and Silver Bullet were quite good friends of the Hive, which is an independent social space that's set up to do quite a lot of different things to show art, culture, music, thought, political conversation, conferences, everything, but all aimed at sort of grassroots and community action. So we were very close to these two venues, and when they closed down, they came to us and they said, what can you do to help? So we've helped in as many ways as we possibly can, holding events for them and whatever. But the idea came that actually we could join forces, and with the fantastic music reputation that Silver Bullet and Passing Clouds have got, and the fact that the Hive is set up in this new blueprint of reusing empty buildings really cheaply, really simply, and clearly really effectively, it was just an obvious thing to do, is to look at the fact that 50% of London's music venues have closed in the last year, and see that there are 80,000 empty buildings in London that are sitting around not being used at all. We took a 4-floor office block and turned it into an interesting venue in less than 2 weeks on a budget of £250, right? And if you think most organisations spend £250 on a chair, it shows you could probably do this quite effectively across the rest of London. So we've got together Hayley and Eleanor, who are both fantastic promoters from those venues, and our group. We decided to throw one hell of a party, something which celebrated the best of London's underground, music scene, but also highlighted and proved a point that actually, with just people power, with no external funding and just great ideas, you can achieve a lot of interesting things. You can try and revitalise London's music scene. So we're using this event as a way of showing how easy it is to do, inspiring a lot of people, and it's kind of a call out as well to find all the people who actually care about what's going on in London's music scene, to bring them all together, to unite us all in a building, in a cause, and push forward, knowing that actually the control of it is in our hands. It's about what we do as people. It's whether we collaborate, whether we combine, show some cohesion in our ideas, and then if we do that, then I think the Hive and Silver Bullet and Passing Clouds prove that it's really possible.
Well, we've got a new night czar now, and that's part of the challenge that she's taken up. And you spoke of the number of empty buildings there. Is the will there to put them into use and perhaps make sure they aren't unused?
Do you want the honest truth of this subject? Because there's a lot said about it. I went to the night czar's reception, lucky enough to be invited to go along, and I met Amy LeMay, and she's a lovely, lovely lady. But it's a job with a specific remit. They have a very specific way of looking at the music scene. It's a very numbers-orientated game. How much revenue is it bringing in? How much benefit does it bring to the local economy? And those are really important things. So understandable that they would focus on that. They're trying to convince the money men. And so when you say will, there is a lot of will within government, within councils, within all of the walks of life to make things happen. But there is also opposition from people who don't want things to change or who profit by things going the way they currently do. So it's a difficult question to answer really straightforwardly and say, yes, there is will. There is a desire to see change amongst quite a lot of people, I think, but it's about finding a way of implementing that change. So we know that at the top levels, like Amy was really supportive of what we were doing, and a lot of the team in the GLA and so on, really supportive of what we're trying to do together. But it just needs more support. It just needs, those money men, the people with the pens and the paper that say, I'm not sure you can do that. We just need a little bit less restriction from them, a bit more of the freedom that we were promised as a society, the big society, and you can take things into your own hands and do what you want, but you can't do that, and you can't do that, and you can't do that. So, we just want the promises to be kept, I guess.
Gee, Sina, I could talk to you all day about this. It's a fascinating debate because it's going to continue. Wish you all the best with tonight's event. Thank you.
The event should be fantastic.
Brilliant. Moving on now, and right, over the past year.